Beaulieu from Canada. Bring in some dance elements prior to her first set of tumbling.
2.5 twist punch front. So she's combined 3 tumbling elements in that first row for connection bonus, elevating the value of the last tumbling row, tumbling skill, and going straight into her second tumbling pass, which is a double pike.
Keeping those dance elements varied, different moods and tempos.
And her leap series. Canadians will be pretty happy with the way things are going so far for Julie. Dramatic number. Again, a combination of leap elements, twisting.
It's a tough apparatus requiring beauty and strength, power and plenty of stamina.
Handspring, laid out front double twist. Julie's got all the tumbling moves in the book here. Oh, interesting little variation there. 1.5 twist to prone.
Nice and creative.
Yeah, no, that's a good start for the Canadians.
Beaulieu.
I think some of the competitors that have are waiting between rounds are probably watching the Canadians and thinking that they're creeping into the competition. So Canadians have done very well to start pegging up the world rankings.
Well, it's helped with her consistency, 9.45 on the beam and the uneven bars.
Right. Okay, there's her 1.5 twist to prone.
Well, I think acrobatic skiing as a hobby must help out on the floor.
Who says it's not a team sport? Coach's job is never done.
But it's not all lost for that Canadian team. 9.175 for Beaulieu.
Yeah, no, their total won't be disastrous on floor, so they've got to keep it going. They've got to keep the game high.
Those disappointed faces don't always tell the true story. So it's not all doom and gloom for Canada. That's the end of the floor routine for them, but another 2 rotations to go. That's the end of the 4th rotation. 4 down, 2 to go, and the States still riding high. Not a lot between Aussie and China. The Chinese with a great showing on the uneven bars. It's rotation 5, and this is Brooke Walker from Australia. 18 years old, part of the World Championship team, which came 5th.
Great back handspring to lay out somersault. Make or break time for the Australians on beam. They're going well in the team competition. And this is where they need to put in some solid performances. So Brooks giving him the first routine. She can complete the beam, give him a good one, good score to put in the bag. Front somersault tuck straight to a leap. So picked up combination, moving from a tumbling move straight into a leap. And she picked up bonus combination for that.
Big breath before a final move.
Punch double back, under rotated.
That could hurt her and Australia's chances. They are sitting currently 2nd in the teams behind the USA.
If we can find out where she went wrong here. Push out of her round off. Yeah, she went slightly askew, so chances are she didn't get a good clean landing with both feet on the beam. I think her right foot was slightly off the beam when she took off, so really she had to get all her height from one foot. You could see the way she skewed off to the right there and didn't quite have enough juice to get around 2 somersaults. So let's take a half a point deduction there. Second girl's up.
This is Lisa Skinner. She's a specialist on bars.
Lisa Skinner, a mount directly connected to a leap. So again, she gets difficulty rating for the mount, and then bonus points for connecting a leap. There's her requirement down to the beam. Full pirouette. Again, the beam routine lasts between 1:10 and 1:30 seconds. They've got to perform acro skills such as that. The flick-flack through to layup back. Combination of gymnastic movements such as leaps or turns. Front tumbling skill. Valdez quarter turn back down to the beam. Nice transition movements. Lisa's looking pretty solid on beam. Again, nothing but the dismount to come, let's hope. Double back, and she landed it.
10 centimetres or 4 inches was never made to look so easy.
Yeah, that's right. It's a tough one to hit. You got to squeeze both your feet onto that beam prior to your dismount, and she managed to do that. So a good solid landing. And Lisa has pulled Australia back on track here on beam. Push. Double back, solid landing. A little bit of a execution in the legs in the double back, but not a major. She'll still pick up a good score for that routine.
But we have a quick look at vault, where the Kiwis are ready for their run-ups. Alethea Boone.
She performs a handspring pike front salto. The start value for that vault is 9.5.
A real natural athlete. Went to the Commonwealth Games. With the New Zealand team to the World Champs last year.
Handspring pike front. Plenty of height, plenty of length. So much height she had to take a step forward, so she over-rotated that a little bit, but minor deduction in the step, and a good vault for Alethea. That'll score well.
Vault and beam, her best disciplines, so she'll be hoping to improve on that.
Oh, lots of pop up there. She got plenty of height. Good position in the air. Great vault from Alethea. That's the end of vault for the New Zealand girls. They now have a bar.
Morgan White from the USA. Swinging into action.
Into L grip. Another full turn into L grip. And a Stalder in L grip. Now that's a very difficult move. Very few, well, if any girls will be performing that, so it may be unique for...
She scored a 9.15 on the beam.
Morgan, she's moving, transition to the lower bar. Winding up for dismount. In a double layout, slight pike in the second somersault, but a good solid start for the Americans. Crunch time for the Americans. This is their final event for the competition. So there's 3 routines to go for them, and then they sit on the sidelines, and their destiny is in the hands of the other teams. That's the endo, or forward Stalder in L grip. Very difficult to perform on the uneven bars. Full turn over the top of the bar. A little bit of a deduction there. Didn't quite finish that as high in handstand as she might have. Critical that when they do the turns over the top of the bar, they complete them as close to handstand as possible. Moving back up to the high bar and winding up. These are called tap swings, really, getting ready for the dismount, building up as much momentum as possible, and a powerful dismount. Pretty solid landing. Only minor deductions there for Morgan, so it's a good clean start for the Americans.
And that's her competition for tonight over, I guess. She can sit back and relax.